feels like we've done something like this before recently. Anyway, congratulations.
Really appreciate it, Ro.
Who gave you the name Quiet Storm? That's a great nickname for you.
So it's one of those things. It started my sophomore year in college, and it just kind of came out of nowhere. And when you're a 19-year-old kid, you hear something that sounds pretty cool. You go to the next tattoo artist you can find, and you get it tattooed on you. So once the ink got on the triceps, it kind of stuck, and here we are. 20, 30 years later, and it stuck.
A 7th round draft pick. And you stuck. You stuck pretty long. You can say that. You did stick. Get my cheat sheet on you. Saints leader, 9,759 yards, 72 touchdowns, all Saints records, and 711 receptions. 6 1,000-yard seasons. Did you ever have any doubt that you could do this? I mean, you were a Flying Dutchman. That's what the nickname was, right? Hofstra, Flying Dutchman. Was that the nickname?
Yeah, we were the Flying Dutchman my freshman year, and we switched over to the Pride.
Okay,
yeah.
You were there for Pride, for both of them. Did you ever have any doubt, once you got to, Jackson, Mississippi for that first training camp?
Yeah, I mean, you'd be lying if I'd be lying if I didn't say I had doubts. But the only way that you can get rid of doubt is outwork it. And, you mentioned that first training camp in Jackson, and, I think there were a lot of doubts. There were people that doubted, whether or not they wanted to play the game anymore in that training camp. But, like I said, the only way that you can get rid of doubt is to outwork it, and that's what I set out to do. I kind of had this internal standard that I set for myself, and, when you come in the league as a 7th round pick, there's not a lot of people on the bandwagon anyways, so that internal standard that I set, became the bar that for me, it didn't really matter what was going on around me. That bar was kind of it for me.
How do you describe and how do you tell people in other places what was it like to play for this team in this town and these fans?
Man, it's nothing like it. Nothing like it. I mean, I'm coming from Hofstra. We would be lucky if we had 3,000 people in the stands. So going through the preseason that we went through, not playing a game in the Dome. So my first ever home game experience was the reopening in 2006, and that's a heck of a bar. Just the relationships. You can feel from day one that it was much bigger than football in this city and in this region, and there was a lot of responsibility that came with that, a lot of pride that came with that, and you embraced it.
Responsibility. We don't usually hear athletes say that when they're asked that question. What do you mean? There was a lot of responsibility.
Yeah, I mean, when we got here in 2006, you kind of saw what was going on in the around you. You saw that people were trying to kind of figure it out and trying to get back on their feet, and you realized pretty early on that Saints football in this area, everything kind of stops for that 3 hours on Sunday, and again, early on you figure out that it means something. Yeah. And Mondays are a little smoother when we win. They're a little slower when we lose. Just being able to be a part of that and feel some of that responsibility and really want to step into that responsibility, I think is what made that team and that core group what it was, and that relationship is really special. Anyone
you'd like to acknowledge and or thank?
Absolutely. I mean, first and foremost, my beautiful wife and children here. My in-laws are here. My family has so much to do with my success. Like I said, when you're a 7th round pick, that was my bandwagon. And really, there's just so many people throughout the Saints organization, people that I've picked up along the way. Specifically, some folks here tonight. I can't name all of you, but those that really know what it takes to play 10 years, the way that I played, the physicality that I played with, and really the physicality that people inflicted on me. Monday through Saturday was really a game of putting Humpty Dumpty back together again. And, there were so many people that came into my life at the right time. and I'm just truly humbled to have them as colleagues at the time, friends now. So you all know who you are, and I'm up here on the backs of a lot of great people.
He was one of my favorite players because he was about the only player I know that I interviewed, and I had no idea how his voice sounded. He was so quiet, okay? And also, my sister, first time she met him, said that she always looked at you as the son she never had. So that's a really big compliment. The newest member of the Greater New Orleans Sports Hall of Fame, the Quiet Storm, Marques Colston.
Appreciate you, man.
All right.